ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I hope you are enjoying your salads. Please do continue to eat, enjoy. My name is Kachik Jingarian. I'm the owner of Spine and Cross Fine Jewelry. I also have the privilege of serving as the chairman of the executive board of the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. And it is my distinct honor to welcome everybody here today for our State of the Cities event. It is so nice to see a packed crowd. And once again, my thanks to everyone for joining us this afternoon. We have a tremendous program planned for you. Before we do dive into that and I introduce our wonderful executive director, I would like to acknowledge a few people who I have the privilege of working with on a regular basis, and that is the board of the Chamber of Board of Directors. If you could please rise when I mention your name, if you could hold your applause, please. Our Vice Chair, Diana Bautista. Please hold your applause. Second Vice Chair, Lars Smith. Treasurer, Alicia Nuzzo. Immediate past Board Chair, Mr. Tim Giacomini. I've got to put my glasses on. Angela Stearns with Ask Kevin. Larry Chu Jr. with Chef Chu's. Stephen Chu with Bridge 9. Tori Drager with Drager's Markets. Kathy Lara with KMVT Community Television. Mimi Lee with Curves Los Altos. Dr. Nellie Meyer with the Mountain View Los Altos School District. Euron Ship Esquire, Fortune Brands. Mark Seidel, Local Family Foundation. And lastly, Mr. Arvind Van, Capital V Group. These ladies and gentlemen standing before you are the worker bees, the soul of our chamber this year, and I owe them my gratitude, and I think they deserve a round of applause for their work and effort. Thank you all so very much. Now, as these, and again, these are volunteers that volunteer their time and dedicate to the Chamber of Commerce, but we have a tremendous staff that keeps us in line, who I'm sure most of you have already met. Nicole Walton, all the way in the back, and Janet Gargano. And they are led by the next person to join me here at the podium, whom we all, I'm sure, know and love, Ms. Kimberly Mosley, our Executive Director. Huh? You want me to do the other? Okay. So actually, before I bring her up, please sit down, please. I do want to just bring to your attention a couple little things. Some housekeeping. August 19th, we have a very special event here in Los Altos Hills. It is the Chamber of Commerce Charity Golf Tournament. So if you have not attended a charity golf tournament in the past, I highly recommend it. I am not a golfer, unfortunately, or probably fortunate for the golfers that would be on the course if I was playing, but if you have not joined us for charity golf tournament, I highly recommend it. It's an absolute fantastic event. On October 14th through the 24th, our Chamber travel program returns. We are going to Croatia and Slovenia. So for those that are interested, we'll have further details online at the Chamber website. And lastly, in the fall, we have our first ever Smart Cities Conference that will be coming to the area. We'll have more details on that out as well. I just want to point out a couple things before I hand the mic over to Kim. Aside from the events that we have, I want to draw your attention to this tremendous publication. How many have seen this magazine? So an applause is very much is welcome, because this has turned out to be one of our shining star projects for the Chamber. The Los Altos magazine, this is the second issue that we've had. A tremendous response. If you have not seen or had copies of these, we do have them at the front desk. Please do pick them up. Advertising space is still available if you'd like to participate, or if you know someone that would like to have an ad in the magazine. Distribution will be increasing not only to Los Altos Hills, but throughout the community and the neighboring areas as well. So I would encourage you to pick up a copy of the magazine. On your tables, let me sneak over here and steal a little placard on your tables. There's a QR code on this placard. If you scan that QR code, you can sign up for our events. You can make a donation to the chamber if you'd like. We always welcome those. Never an objection to that. And lastly, and most importantly, if you are not a member of the chamber, here comes the shameless plug. We highly encourage you to join our wonderful chamber. We have a tremendous number of events, programs, activities planned, and a great group of people, as you can see here, a great representation as members of our chamber. So if you'd like to join us and join us with what we do, please check out the QR code, look at the information in the magazine. There's information on membership, and do join the chamber. We welcome your membership. With that, now I will invite our executive director, who has done a tremendous job not only putting this event together, but all of our events and activities and programs and services for the chamber, Ms. Kimberly Mosley. How about a nice round of applause, please? Welcome.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Kim Mosley, President and CEO of the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. I'm honored to have all of you in the room here with me this morning. I have a few opening remarks that I'd like to share, if you'll indulge me. I don't often have the opportunity to have you all gather together in one room, and so I'd like to take the opportunity to just share a few words. I'm here today to celebrate our cities and to celebrate you, and to set a course for an innovative and inclusive future. I see the incredible work that you've done as pillars of our community. You are on the front lines making tough decisions, doing the important work of our community for our families and our friends. I thank you and I honor each and every one of you for your role in the success of our combined communities of Los Altos and Los Altos Hills. We are one community together. Look around the room, look at the leaders that you see, leaders in healthcare, education, small businesses like retail and restaurants, first responders, frontline workers, nonprofit leaders, city staff, and elected officials. I applaud you for your dedication to the success of our community. Let's challenge each other to be as innovative as the Silicon Valley in which we reside. Let's work together to find creative solutions, to collaborate in kindness, to find common ground. Let's let innovation help us to create opportunities for our underserved. I challenge you to reinvent yourself, your business, and your community, to take stock of where we're at and what kind of community we aspire to be. How can we improve and become more welcoming, more vibrant, and inclusive communities? You are the pillars of our community. Together, we are the Chamber of Commerce. Through our connections and our leadership, we have the ability to solve problems together. As we move forward, I want you to know that your commitment inspires me to think big. Your work, your dedication, your passion for a stronger community is why I love leading the Los Altos Chamber. I have a vision of what we can accomplish together for Los Altos and Los Altos Hills. Thank you for bringing your best to the incredible work that you do each day. I look forward to our continued partnership and friendship as we continuously consider how we can strive for excellence. Thank you. With that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, and then I'll move on to recognizing our elected officials and honored guests. So thank you to the mayors and staff of our town and our city. Thank you to El Camino Health and Waymo as our State of the City sponsors. Star One Credit Union and Stanford Medicine Children's Health. Thank you. KMVT, our State of the City's media sponsor. This production today is being recorded and will be available on KMVT. It will also be on YouTube and on our Chamber YouTube site as well. So it's distributed through Comcast to 8 cities in our region. Thank you to OPS and El Camino Health, our premier Chamber members. And to Toyota Research Institute and the agency Judy and Cindy Bogartamini team. We have, this is really a room of VIPs. And so there are so many Chamber table sponsors here today: Los Altos School District, Mountain View Los Altos, our Foothill De Anza Community College District, our Rotary Club, Los Altos Town Crier, Los Altos Hills Fire District, and our Santa Clara County Fire District. Thank you all for sponsoring tables at our event. This is one of my favorite parts. Thank you to the Pipe and Drum Corps of Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office. Pictured here with Sheriff Johnson. And thank you to Sam and Janet Harding as our pipe and drum sponsor. We really appreciate that. Adds an extra flair to our event. All right, I'd like to begin with our elected officials in attendance. If you could please hold your applause until the end. We have had a change of our agenda as well, and so Malia Cohen will be arriving shortly, so we will have the presentation of the Walter Singer Award prior to the opening remarks with our State Controller Cohen. California State Controller Malia Cohen will be arriving shortly. We have California State Senator Josh Becker from the 13th Senate District. Please do stand. California State Assembly Member Mark Berman, 24th Assembly District. Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simidian, also arriving shortly. And Nicholas Hargis here to represent our U.S. Congresswoman Anna Eshoo from the 16th District. From the town of Los Altos Hills, we have Mayor Stanley Mock, Vice Mayor Lisa Schmidt, Council Member Kavita Tonka, Council Member George Tyson, Council Member Linda Swan, and Town of Los Altos Hills City Manager Peter Pernajad. From the City of Los Altos, Mayor Jonathan Weinberg, Vice Mayor Pete Daly, Council Member Lynette Liang, Council Member Lisa Flieger, Council Member, and City Manager Gabe England. From the City of East Palo Alto, Council Member Lisa Gautier. From the City of Mountain View, Council Member and past Mayor Margaret Abekoga. And joining us from the City of Saratoga, Mayor Yan Zhao. Los Altos School District Board of Trustees, President Brian Johnson, Vice President Vladimir Ivanovic, Trustee Vishali Surkey, Trustee Steve Taglio, and Los Altos School District Superintendent Sandra McGonigal. Mountain View Los Altos High School District Board of Trustees, Vita Carnes, Trustee Catherine Vonnegut, and Superintendent Dr. Nellie Meyer. From Foothill De Anza Community College District, we have Chancellor Lee Lambert. Board of Trustees, Patrick Ahrens, Trustee Laura Cassis, Trustee Peter Landsberger, Trustee Gilbert Wong, and Foothill College President Christina Whalen. El Camino Healthcare District Board of Directors, Vice Chair Dr. Carol Somersill, and Board Member Julia Miller. Representing the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office, we have Sheriff Robert Johnson. Representing the Santa Clara County Fire Department, Swana Kurdku. And from the Los Altos Hills County Fire District, President Roger Spreen, Commissioner George Tyson, Commissioner Kavita Tonka, and Commissioner Jim Basiji. Let's give all of our elected officials and honored dignitaries a round of applause. That's it. So with that, we'll now move on to the Walter Singer Award presentation. Ready?
It's my honor, esteemed pleasure to present to you the Walter and Marie Singer Business Volunteer Award. This award is given to recognize a Los Altos business leader whose community service, generosity, and commitment to business exemplify the spirit of community that has become known as Walter and Marie's personal hallmark. Since its inception in 1993, the award has been presented to a distinguished list of recipients who have served the greater Los Altos community and Los Altos Hills community, and in particular, the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to recognize some of the past recipients who are here with us today, as well as you'll see shortly on the screen. If I learn how to advance the screen. There we go. All of these people have received this amazing award because they are truly amazing people. And with us today, we have some of our past recipients. I'd like you to stand, please, and please hold your applause until the end. Mr. Dennis Young, Miss Mary Prochnow, Mr. Sam Hardy, Mr. Steve Shepard, Mr. Ron Levitage, Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Karen Smith, Miss Liz Nyberg, Miss Abigail Aherns, and Miss Julie Rose. Please, a wonderful round of applause to our past recipients. As for our tradition, the award is presented by the previous year's recipient. And today, at the request of the Chalice family, I have the distinct honor of representing the late Mr. John Chalice, who received the award in 2023. And I would like to acknowledge Mrs. Jane Chalice. Thank you for this honor, my dear. It's a pleasure. This year, our recipient is truly deserving of being included in our own little pantheon of award recipients. I found this quote from our Executive Director Emerita, Miss Julie Rose, the perfect way to set the tone in introducing this year's Walter Singer Award recipient. I knew the minute she walked into the Chamber of Commerce in 1997 that a new dynamo had just come to town. And dynamo is definitely the term. Julie, you were very right. The 2024 Walter and Marie Singer Award recipient is truly a gem of a lady. I'm a jeweler, I know about these things. She's been a pillar of our community for years, has served our country with distinction, and is an amazing role model for future leaders. It's my privilege to present this year's award to none other than Tracy Murray.
I get a smooch.
Now, you have to understand, standing next to us here is a very impressive lady, so if you will bear with me for just a couple of minutes, I would like to read you a little bit about Tracy so that you get just a little hint of how impressed I am and how privileged I am to be with her on stage here. I've had the pleasure of serving with Tracy on the board of Chamber of Commerce for the past 3 years and have come to know her as a person with tremendous integrity, professionalism, and dedication. I have seen firsthand her commitment to the Chamber and its mission. Since joining the Chamber in 1997, she served on and chaired numerous committees, was a member of the Board of Directors and Executive Board, and has served as the chairperson of the board for 2 terms, most recently in 2021 during that little thing we call the pandemic. And trust me, she had her work cut out for her. However, Tracy's years of service to our Chamber is merely the tip of the iceberg. When looking at her accomplishments, the level of her involvement in the community is truly inspiring. She's been an active Rotarian in the Los Altos Rotary, serving as the chapter's president and holding several board positions, as well as chairing numerous committees. Are we there? Numerous committees, chairing events, including our beloved Fine Art in the Park. She's also volunteered in various capacities. Thank you. I'm terrible at advancing these PowerPoints. I'm too excited about this. She's also volunteered in various capacities for, and here's a nice list, Sunnyvale Community Services Agency, Sunnyvale Chamber of Commerce, Center for Healing and Wellness, Partners for New Generations, Lafayette Chamber of Commerce, Lafayette Rotary, USC Alumni Association, Los Californianos, amongst a whole bunch of others. I don't know where she finds the time because she's not the type of person that just signs up and gets involved with an organization by putting her name on a list. She's a doer. As a result of her dedication, hard work, and genuine love of helping the community, she has been the recipient of many prestigious awards, including the Colonel Norman G. Ewers Military Wall of Honor 2024 honoree, Veteran of the Year Los Altos Rotary 2019, Los Altos Hills Joint Community Volunteer Award 2014, Rotary Club of Los Altos Rotarian of the Year 2013, Rotary District 5170 Governor's Award for Excellence and Appreciation 2012, California Association of Health Facilities Distinguished Service Award 2008, American Businesswomen's Association Greater East Bay 2006 Outstanding Businesswoman, Los Altos Community Foundation John W. Gardner Community Building Award 2004, Los Altos Chamber of Commerce President Special Recognition 2005, and Volunteer of the Year 2001. There was a much longer list. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in gerontology, a Juris Doctorate, and numerous licenses and certifications, which have supported an amazing career in healthcare administration. Equally impressive is Tracy's most honorable service in the California Army National Guard, where she served as Staff Sergeant, receiving numerous commendations and medals of achievement. And once again, a very long list. This is just, again, the tip of the iceberg. And even with all of this, she had the time to meet a wonderful husband, start a family, and have 3 beautiful children. It is my pleasure to introduce the Walter and Marie Singer 2024 Business Volunteer Award to Ms. Tracy Murray. Please.
Put this down.
We have to have her say a few words, right?
Okay, really quick, because I know that's not why you're here. But I would like to thank the past recipients. I'm honored, and I was very surprised when I got the call. It's a very humbling experience, and I really appreciate being considered, so thank you. You would think with all these things that I have on my docket that I wouldn't cry when I get it. I'd like to also thank my family and my work family who are here with me today, because without their support I couldn't do anything. I've been on the chamber board twice, and a lot of the board members I've served with are here. I'd like to thank all of you, not by name. I want to thank Julie and Gail for getting me involved with the chamber back in 1997 and giving me an opportunity to be involved with the community. And then Los Altos Rotary for also giving me many opportunities to be involved. So now it is Nicole, Janet, and Kim who allow me the opportunity to stay involved with the community and the chamber. And I'm just so proud to be a part of this city. And thank you for this award.
So we also have, if I'm not mistaken, we have a couple of special gifts for Tracy to add to her list of many. Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition for Ms. Tracy Murray. Don't get old. Dear Mrs. Murray, congratulations on winning the Walter and Marie Singer Award from the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. Your selection speaks volumes about you, your leadership, and the impact you've had on Los Altos throughout your career. You've helped so many patients throughout your work with Cedars Crest Nursing Rehabilitation Center, Los Altos Subacute Rehabilitation Center, and numerous additional facilities. You've dedicated your career to strengthening the health of older adults by going above and beyond to get involved with the business community by leading the Chamber of Commerce, where you strengthen the local economy through dedicated outreach, creative thinking, and your enduring positive attitude. I also deeply appreciate your service to our country with the California National Guard. To honor you, enclosed is a special certificate of congressional recognition. All my best, Anna GSU Member of Congress. And so, from the County of Santa Clara Board of Supervisors, commendation. Whereas Tracy Murray is receiving the 2024 Walter and Marie Singer Business Volunteer Award, given annually by the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce to recognize the Los Altos Business Leader of the Year. Whereas, as the recipient of the 2024 Singer Award, Tracy Murray exemplifies the spirit of community through her extensive volunteer service, generosity, and commitment to business, which are the personal hallmarks of the award's namesakes, Walter and Marie Singer. Whereas Tracy Murray has exemplified outstanding commitment to service to the Los Altos community as the administrator at Cedar Crest Nursing Rehabilitation Center and as an attorney at Tracy Murray Attorney at Law. Whereas Tracy's exceptional leadership as the chair of the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors for 2 terms, including most recently in 2021, and as a member of the board for 4 terms totaling 12 years, positioned her as a tireless advocate for a strong and vibrant economy, helping to ensure that the businesses of Los Altos thrive as well as sustain the economic well-being of the community, including through the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas, in receiving the 2024 Walter and Marie Singer Business Volunteer Award, Tracy Murray joins a long and distinguished line of community service-oriented business leaders recognized with receipt of the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce's most prestigious award. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Santa Clara does hereby honor and commend Tracy Murray for her receipt of the 2024 Walter and Marie Singer Business Volunteer Award and her dedicated service to the community of Los Altos. And last but not least, from the state of California, the Senate of the state of California, a certificate of recognition presented to Tracy E. Murray, Walter and Murray Singer Award. Congratulations on your selection as recipient of the Walter and Murray Singer Business Volunteer Award by the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. Your contributions to numerous civic and community organizations truly exemplify the spirit of community service, generosity, and commitment to business which this award recognizes. On behalf of the people of the state of California's 13th state district, please accept our gratitude for your good work and sincere best wishes in your future endeavors. Josh Becker, Senator 13th District. Josh, would you like to present officially?
Please.
One more round of applause, please, for Ms. Tracy Murray. So I will once again pass the microphone to our dear Ms. Kimberly Mosley, and she will continue our program.
Sit down.
All right. Can you hear me now? Yeah. So I would now like to introduce the CEO of El Camino Health, Dan Woods. Since 2017, Dan has served as the Chief Executive Officer of El Camino Health, a community-based healthcare leader that provides personalized healthcare services to the diverse communities it serves. With more than 25 years of healthcare experience, Dan Woods has championed transformation strategies, provided oversight of operations, and fostered a collaborative environment with physicians to deliver high-quality, accessible, and frictionless consumer healthcare experiences. Please join me in welcoming Dan Woods to the podium.
I wish my mom was here to have heard those nice words said about me. Can I just also acknowledge Tracy Murray? You know, you are humbling to me, and I think to many of you as well. And thank you for your passionate leadership to the community. And I would say thank you for your compassion, for showing and being vulnerable and showing us your emotions during your speech. I think it speaks volumes to us, and quite honestly, I would consider you a model citizen, and you exhibit the behaviors of a true leader for our community. Awesome. So at El Camino, we are super proud to be the sponsor of today's State of the City Luncheon. And we're also, as mentioned earlier, one of the premier members of the Chamber. And so want to recognize and acknowledge the support and how this Chamber brings everybody together today. And then outside of today, you continue to bring the communities together. And so that is something that we acknowledge. And it was you, along with a few others, were part of a group, not what size, I wonder what size it was, but a group about 60 years ago that created El Camino. And so we continue to desire and be your trusted source for healthcare in Los Altos and Los Altos Hills and surrounding communities. And we continue to invest, as you know, in the hiring, the healing, and the investing. And I want to talk a little bit about how we want to continue to truly deliver on our mission. We continue to be and deliver great, passionate care and be innovative with what we're doing. And I've kind of coined a phrase in a sense that we're becoming nationally recognized, but we are locally managed. And so you don't see that across the U.S. in healthcare right now. And so little magazines like U.S. News and World Report and Newsweek have really recognized El Camino as one of the top 100 hospitals in the United States. So that's something that we're really proud of. Our folks will go to conferences and like, oh, you're from El Camino. Like, oh my God, we know who you are. So you have us in your backyard. As part of the investing and what we do for the community and how we serve the community, a few years ago we decided to invest $149 million into creating more of a healing environment and welcoming environment for our women's tower. So we are right now in the midst of that investment, but I wanted to share that, what in the sense that communication that I've got from the community is El Camino cares about the women in our community as well. And so now, the moment of what we are here for, I have the privilege of introducing State Controller Malia Cohen. Elected in November of 22, Controller Cohen serves as the Chief Fiscal Officer of the world's 5th largest economy. World's 5th largest economy. And stewards the state's financial resources. And she has the distinct honor of being only one of 8 statewide constitutional officers elected. Prior to her position and service as the California State Board of Equalization, she served as the president of the Board of Supervisors of the City and County of San Francisco. Controller Cohen champions policies and programs that protect public health, thank you, foster economic development, and promote new affordable housing. On a personal side, she was born and raised in San Francisco, right here, locally, attended public schools. She received her bachelor's degree in political science from Fisk University and a master's in public policy and management from Carnegie Mellon University. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome Controller Cohen.
Okay, hi everyone. Good afternoon. How's lunch? I'm glad to hear that. Now, they gave me they said, you have 5 to 7 minutes. I said, how am I going to tackle a $38 billion deficit in 5 to 7 minutes? And be funny, and be witty, and be charming. So I'm going to do my best, but we got a lot of stuff to unpack, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and jump in. Mr. Woods, thank you very much. It's always nice to be introduced by a CEO. I appreciate that. My mother would be proud too. You heard in the remarks, I'm a local girl, grew up here, right, just a little bit north of us in San Francisco, loved every minute of growing up, going to school. I actually got my start on this pathway because of Dianne Feinstein. She spoke to my 3rd grade class and she said, the best job I ever had was serving in public office. Maybe one of you will serve. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. I could do this. And then when I was in high school, I had a chance to do an informational interview with a couple members of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. And I kid you not, there was a member, God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. But I thought if he could do it, I could do it. Let me just tell you, I can't do any worse. He wasn't bad, but I knew I would be better. Oh my goodness. So, anyone in this room ever think about running for office? Do it. Do it. You think about some of the people that are in, you're like, God, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it, right? I mean, why not? Just get up there and do it. It's amazing. It is a privilege and a gift to be able to serve. I love, thank you. I read the name tag, but I couldn't read it that fast. You'll have to give me a briefing on that name, first and last. But I want to recognize a few of the electeds that are in this room. Wait, I want my picture back up. Hold on. Give me. There we go. Okay, I learned something. Mayor Weinberg, Mayor Mock, where are you? Are you guys here? Thank you very much. It's good to be in your presence. I also want to recognize my friends, Josh Becker and Mark Berman. Are you guys here? There you guys are. We get into a little good trouble, especially Josh and I. We've done some pretty good things. I've known him for a very long time. And Mark, it's always good to see you too. I'm kidding. I want you guys to invite me back. I'm not insulting your assemblyman at all. I wanted to tell you that I served, 8 years on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, and it was like a phenomenon. It was like, our journalists literally described it as boxing in a telephone booth. And that's pretty accurate when you look at some of the politics and how the things, how decisions get made, and quite honestly, how decisions don't get made. I mean, like, it was baptism by fire. I was 32 years old when I was elected. I was not married. I had no children. And I was happy. Oh my goodness. Same here, she said. And now here I am, older than 32, and married with a little girl. I have a 3-year-old. I'm happy, but it's a struggle. It's like it's a mental mindset to say, I'm going to be happy today. As I'm taking on these challenges and I'm looking at the state of California and how things are unrolling. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the role of the state controller, because I feel like it's a mystery, but it's like one of the most important functions that the state actually has to offer. It's a constitutional office, which means that my duties and responsibilities are spelled out in the California Constitution, just like the governor, just like lieutenant governor, so on and so forth. There are 8 constitutional officers, and I run an agency of about 1,600 employees. And you know, I love to describe it as I am responsible for the disbursement of your tax dollars. And that is a very exquisitely fancy way of saying I write the checks. So how many of you have filed your taxes and got a tax return? You are all welcome. Look at that. I'm doing my job exactly what you've elected me to do. I do it with joy every single day. Now, how many of you are still waiting? It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. We've got major technology transitions that are happening. We're trying to do electronic transfers. We're trying to get the book of record easy and accessible. And also, more importantly, I would love to be able to have a ledger on the SCO website that tells you where every single tax dollar is going. Every single dollar. I mean, that is my dream. And I'm not the only one that's dreaming it. I have a few people that believe in this dream, but it is a challenge. But to be able to say, hey, I want to know who is the vendor that the legislature used to make those fancy jackets with their names on it? I want to be able to tell you who did that. You want to know where your public housing dollars are going? You should be able to go to a website and download that information easy, and it shouldn't be buried in page after page and in mumbo and jumbo. You want to know where your tax dollars are going for homeless dollars? Because we're talking about billions of dollars being spent there. That's the level of granular detail that I'm trying to bring to everyone in this room. That's where you applause. That's where you applause. That's what you're talking about. Because that is the enthusiasm that we need to take on such a huge challenge. So my team oversees all the books, the budgets, and the audits. So I have about 273 auditors on our team, and boy, they are busy. And I never knew how much I loved audits until I actually became in charge of them. And it's so enlightening. I'm very serious. You can solve a lot of problems when you're just looking at how people are spending money. Most importantly, my job is to root out that waste. Where there is any kind of corruption, I have zero tolerance for that. As a matter of fact, in unclaimed properties, we had to prosecute a former employee because he stole property that did not belong to him. We partnered with the district attorney's office in Sacramento County, and he's doing time for stealing money and stealing gold. We are in charge of, I mentioned the disbursement for the state of California. That's like paying the bills, retirees, state employees like Josh and Mark, and we pay in full on time. You're welcome for that too. But ultimately, I ran on a campaign to make sure that California is thriving for everyone. I don't believe that you need a lawyer or a lobbyist to be able to intersect with local government. We are here to serve you. When you have a question, you should not be lost in a myriad of voicemails or emails that just go into nowhere. So I'm changing that, and I'm starting with the SCO. Now, we also have an initiative, a law that was passed by the governor just last year that supports small businesses. Do we have small business owners in this room today? Any small businesses? Really critical. I feel like when it's Small Business Month, we're always celebrating and saying, you're the backbone of our economy. But yet we shit on you when it comes time to taxes, when it comes time to collecting fees. We overburden you. I'm sorry if I hurt your ears. I think this is an adult room. I'm just speaking the truth. There you go. That $800 tax, $800, I don't even know where it goes. I pay the franchise tax board for my own small business. I'm like, what are we doing with this? I'll get you some answers next time. Invite me to come back, okay? But I want to make sure that you understand that what my values and why I serve and I get up every single day is to make sure that that government is responsive to you and that you are getting your questions answered in a timely manner so that you are able to make smart business decisions that ultimately help the entire state of California as well as your local economy. We took an initiative that the governor signed just last year that said that 25% of all small business all contracts should go to small businesses. Women-owned businesses, minority-owned business, veteran-owned business, you name it, LGBTQ. If you are considered a small business, you are entitled to compete for 25%. And believe it or not, thank you very much. He must have voted for that legislation. He probably did. But it hasn't been implemented. It has not been implemented. And the great state of California, we have hundreds of billions of dollars that are moving in this economy. Small businesses should be supported. You should be able to do business with the state of California. And so starting with the controller's office, I'm implementing this. You want to do a contract with us, you need to show that you are partnering with a small business or that you are a small business yourself. And we're talking about to the tune of about $25 million. So this is no small contract. We're talking about technology contracts. Oh. You read my mind, thank you. Water break, hold on. All right, thank you, because I'm fired up. That's okay, I got it, thank you. I'm fired up, I got more talking points I had to get through. Okay, are you still with me? You're entertained? Okay, because I'm getting the 10-minute mark. I give you more if you want more. All right, I want to talk about the economy. I think that's very important to every single person in this room. So I know you've heard the governor talking about the budget deficit. I know you have to the members of the Assembly and the Senate. But let me begin with some important facts, okay? Other states envy us. We are in an enviable position because we are wealthy. We have a lot of money and we have a lot of need. Our economy that we've built here is something that I think we should be proud of. I want to highlight it because it is one of the most diverse and it is expanding. It is growing. And the opportunities for good paying jobs across the entire state are also growing. And California is not only creating quality jobs, but we're also creating a brand of new industries. So I want to share with you a couple new industries that are burgeoning. In California, we created the blue economy. Have you heard of this? Great, you heard it here first from your controller. The blue economy is simply harnessing the power and the resources of the ocean. Offshore wind, incredibly important to President Biden's, sorry, I was supposed to be non-political. I realize I'm outside of San Francisco. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But he is the president. He is the president. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it nonpartisan. Okay, everybody else is like, no, you're okay. Go ahead, give us more. But the blue economy, empowering and using the resources of the ocean, which is an untapped resource, but a fragile one with a fragile ecosystem. So I'm not here promoting an over proliferation of development of the ocean, but paying careful attention to our relationship with our native communities, the tribes, who have been stewards of the coastline. One of my many roles as state controller is I sit on State Lands Commission. And as on the State Lands Commission, we're in charge of being good stewards of our most precious resources, environmental resources. But also here in the great state of California, we created the green economy. Now, the green economy gets a lot of talk, particularly in Congress. But here in California, the green economy is about developing new technologies that limit and reduce harmful carbon emissions. And I think that is important when you think about Mark and Josh running up and down the freeway, going up to Sacramento and coming back home for dinner. EVs all the way, absolutely. We need more charging stations. And also I want to talk about electrification economy. We are leading the nation in this particular area with the development of electric batteries, the adoption of electric vehicles, and then modernizing these infrastructure so that we can continue to go into the 20th century. And I don't want to forget about California's leadership in some of our more traditional industries, such as high tech. We're the best in that too. We're leading the country and the world in our development of AI and AI products. I also, of course, want to talk about our leadership in other critical industries such as entertainment, national defense, and manufacturing. And quite honestly, these last three, entertainment, national defense, and manufacturing, has been a sustaining source for us as we have kind of flirted with the idea of the economy, the local economy going sour. So when you take all of this and you bring all this together, California's economic powerhouse will soon surpass Germany, which is a nation. And when California surpasses Germany, we will be the fourth largest economy in the world. The fourth largest economy in the world. That is a lot of commerce. That is a lot of money, and that is a huge economic force. So now that we've taken kind of like a high level, I want to examine some more of the specifics of the California economy. First of all, just talking a little bit more of the financial health, just want to give you a quick budget update. How am I doing on time? 5 minutes? Okay. All right. So recently, our Governor Newsom, as well as our Democratic lawmakers, they've agreed that the first budget cuts need to pass. They need to pass a balanced budget. That's something that we do that's very customary in the state. They have agreed, their agreements to cut $17 billion. That's a lot of money. $17 billion. Many of these early cuts are considered to be just the low-hanging fruit, with tougher challenges to be confronted by the legislature as we get closer to June. Some of the early cuts will be, I want to lay some out for you. School facility aid programs to the tune of $500 million. Do we have any school board members here? Yeah. I'm sorry, you won't be building any more new campuses no time soon. But stay in there, we need you to direct our education policy. I want to tell you that there's a watershed climate resiliency that's going to shoulder some costs, some cuts, $206.5 million. Here's a pretty significant one. Foreclosure intervention, housing preservation programs, $85 billion. And that is staggering. And these foreclosure intervention dollars really help people stay in their homes. So we want to be careful and mindful of that because we don't want to exacerbate an already prolific housing crisis that is in existence. Preschool, TK, and fully funded daycare, kindergarten facility programs cut $550 million. So this is just an example. I want to alert you what you should be talking to Senator Becker about and Assemblyman Berman about. Forget about how nice the salmon lunch was. You need to talk about these numbers and how it's going to impact you. Or you guys can run out now. Vulnerable communities, toxic cleanup, $175 million cut. So you think about some of the brownfields in the area, some of the environmental, the movement to correct environmental injustice just got reversed just a little bit. Diablo Valley Canyon land conservation and economic development, $110 million cut. Okay, now, you ready for some good economic news? Okay, I'm wrapping up. I just want to talk to you a little bit about where our tax receipts are. I love this. I love tax season. It's like the Super Bowl for me. I get so excited when tax day comes. I love watching these returns come in. It's like, I know it's not my money, but I'm representing California, and I want California to be on top, and I want her to be robust. And so we got some good news. For March, personal income tax receipts were 11.2 higher than what we expected. Yes. And for the month of April, the highest personal income tax collection month of the year, obviously, personal income tax receipts have outperformed the governor's budget expectations. I love it when we outperform the DOF's expectations. Isn't that a good feeling? I mean, that means that they were wrong and we'll be right. And that means that there'll be a little bit more money in there. So this is really encouraging news because California's revenues are highly dependent on on personal income tax. Personal income tax is volatile, it's all up and over the place, but when it comes in huge volumes. And it's paid for our wealthiest residents, some of whom might be in this room today. Thank you. Thank you very much. Real quick, on a closing note, inflation is down 3.5% for March compared to a 9.1% in June of 2022. So I am going to close out here and just let you know that I am honored to serve the state of California as your controller, and it has been a delight to be able to share just a few remarks, and I hope that you've enjoyed the discussion today. My name is Malia Cohen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Of course.
Thank you to our State Controller, Malia Cohen. I really appreciate your coming out of the way to be with us here in Los Altos and Los Altos Hills today. Appreciate your passion, all the work that you do for the citizens of the state of California and for our residents here in Los Altos Hills. So thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to now begin with our featured State of the City's presentations. In accordance with new guidelines provided by the Attorney General's Office, there'll be an opportunity for public comment immediately following the mayoral presentations. If you wish to speak publicly, please place your name on the clipboard located in the back of the ballroom. Our first presentation will be from Mayor of Los Altos Hills, Stanley Q. Mock. If I can have your attention, please. Stanley Q. Mock was born in Carmel to a Chinese immigrant family. By the way, I just wanted to say, both of our mayors today, I'm giving their, the introduction to each. These are great men with great stories, and I'm so proud to be able to share their stories with you today. I'm really honored and humbled by that, so let me continue. His parents were part of a group of pioneers of the early 1980s Bay Area chrysanthemum flower growing industry. America at the time was known to Chinese immigrants as the Mountain of Gold. His parents worked long hours under difficult situations. They set the stage for his most basic life lessons. In his most formative years, one lesson learned was that a good education is necessary to get ahead in Gold Mountain. Another lesson was to learn to love your work, whatever it might turn out to be. And lastly, to always do right by others. Mayor Mock's parents bought a home in Milpitas around the early 1970s. At that time, there was a term called redlining, you're familiar with, where Chinese were not able to just buy a house anywhere in town. The schools were different back then in the 70s, as college prep was not considered a necessity for many folks in redline neighborhoods. But Mayor Mock graduated from Santa Clara University and founded a boutique wealth management firm, Mock Capital Management, in 1997. He made the decision to move to Los Altos Hills because he believed that the school system was exceptional and would serve his children well. He wanted to provide his future generations with independence through a good education system. Los Altos Hills has given Mayor Mock so much through the years. He's grateful to the town for being the incredible place that it has been. He felt it was his turn to give back to the community of Los Altos Hills with whatever skills and experience he had developed. Those skills include financial analysis and portfolio investment management for the past 27 years. His volunteer time included time served on the Finance and Investment Committee for 13 years preceding the pandemic. One last personal note. I would like to thank Mayor Mock for being a 20-year member of the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for your support of the work that we do at the Chamber. And with that, I'll welcome Mayor Mock to the podium. Be careful with that. You got the clicker? You'll have to advance.
good afternoon, or morning, whatever it is. So as you can see, the sun is shining, the trees are green, the birds are chirping, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll have a ladybug land on you. And they're all signs that we're welcoming you here to Los Altos Hills. Thank you for being here and being present. Welcome to our annual State of the Cities event. As mayor, it is my privilege to address you today and provide an overview of the progress, the challenges, and exciting developments happening in our town. First, let me start by thanking Kim. Hi, Kim. Thank you. The Chamber of Commerce and the Fremont Hills Country Club for hosting this celebrated event. I would also like to thank State Controller Malia Cohen, whom I just met, California Senator Josh Becker. I saw him here somewhere. Oh, okay. Thank you, Josh. And Assembly Member Mark Berman and Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simidian for their support and service. I want to recognize all the council members from Los Altos and Los Altos Hills, as well as the school and fire districts, commissioners, and staff. Over the past year, our community has achieved significant milestones and navigated through unique challenges. Together, I am eager to share with you some of our accomplishments, outline our goals for the future, and reinforce our commitment to making our town a better place for all who call it home. I am grateful that I was elected to the City Council in 2020 and was installed as mayor in December of last year. It is a pleasure to be able to serve the residents of this unique and wonderful town and be with you here today. Living in Los Altos Hills means just being a stone's throw away from the buzzing heart of Silicon Valley. But the best part, in just a few minutes, you can trade the sound of traffic for the serene rustle of leaves on a walk through our picturesque pathways. It's like having the best of two worlds. All the excitement of Silicon Valley, right at your doorstep, with the tranquility of Los Altos Hills just right around the corner. So, whatever data we show today to represent the state of our town, we all know that we live in an amazing place. I want to thank our city manager, Peter Permejad, and his staff for helping me put the slide presentation together. Also, I would like to thank Vice Mayor Lisa Schmidt and council members Linda Swan, Kavita Tonka, and George Tyson for being here today. With that, let's move on to the presentation. Let me take a moment to recognize the dedication and hard work of our city council members and town staff. Their tireless efforts have been instrumental in driving our town's progress and success. This is the 4th year this council has been together, and it's been a great honor to serve with each of them. Our city council has shown great leadership, working tirelessly to represent the best interests of our community and make informed decisions that benefit us all. Their commitment to public service is commendable, and I am grateful for their continued dedication. I want to express my gratitude to our town staff as well, who work diligently every day to keep our town running smoothly. From public works and infrastructure, to community services, to community development, our staff members play a crucial role in serving our residents and enhancing our quality of life. Even despite the vacancy rate being experienced by cities throughout our region, the town continues to press on. As we reflect on the progress we've made and the challenges we've faced, it is also important to look ahead and set our sights on the future. In the coming year, we will focus on several key goals to further enhance our town's livability, sustainability, and prosperity. Our goals include protect and maintain our infrastructure, promote public safety, enhance effective service delivery and governance, maintain quality of life and community character. By working together and staying committed to these goals, we can continue to build a town that is vibrant, resilient, and inclusive for all residents. Let's make our vision for the future a reality. It is with great honor and appreciation that we recognize the outstanding contributions of our Lifetime Volunteer Achievement Award recipients. These individuals have dedicated countless hours to making our community a better place to live, work, and play. Their selfless commitment to serving others is an inspiration to all of us, and their impact on our town is truly immeasurable. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Drew Anderson, Karen Immersion, Gene Struthers, and Scott Vanderlip for their extraordinary service and unwavering dedication to our community. Your passion, thank you. Their passion, kindness, and generosity embody the spirit of our town, and we are incredibly grateful for all that they do. I want to express my sincere appreciation for the invaluable contributions of our town committees and commissions. These dedicated groups play a crucial role in providing insight and expertise on a wide area of quality of life topics that impact our community. These committees and commissions work tirelessly to make policy recommendations that reflect the many interests of the town, from environmental stewardship and pathway development to historic and open space preservation. Their input and recommendations help us create policies and programs that enhance the quality of life for everyone in our community. I am truly grateful for the 120 plus volunteers' hard work, dedication, and commitment to making our town a better place. I am thrilled to share with you the exciting projects happening right here in our beloved town. Picture this. We're taking strides to bury those pesky utility poles lines as part of the undergrounding of utility lines by Foothill Fire Station, ensuring a sleek skyline and fewer power outages. Goodbye, tangled wires. But wait, there's more. Our annual storm drain improvement program is like giving our drainage systems a spa day. Yes, a spa day. They'll be running smoother than ever and staying compliant with state regulations. No more rain day blues for us. Los Altos Hills is known for its scenic views and lush landscape, and not its roads. Thanks to our aggressive road maintenance program, we hope to keep it that way. Now, who doesn't love a good stroll on foot, a ride on a bike, or a ride on a horse? Well, we're jazzing up our pathways on-road, off-road, you name it, and traversing our town a breeze. It's all about keeping you moving and grooving. And let's not forget about preserving our history. Our Heritage House, where is our Heritage House? Oh, it's not there. Okay, our Heritage House remodel is like flipping a vintage home into a community gem. Get ready for some serious charm, folks. Of course, we can't neglect our hard-working maintenance crews. Our corporation yard improvements are giving them the space and tools they need to keep our town sparkling. A big thank you for all our unsung heroes. And guess what? We're leveling up our town facilities, starting with a shiny new upgrade to our town hall. Out with the old, in with the upgraded. But wait, there's more. There's one more thing that is truly electrifying. Our Silicon Valley Clean Energy SVCE sponsored solar bench. Picture this, a cozy spot to sit, charge your phone, soak in renewable energy, and get real-time data from renewable energy metrics, all thanks to our town's solar panels. Now that's what I call sitting pretty. And finally, we're ensuring the lights stay on, even though they're not. Our town hall battery backup system and electrical panel upgrade are like giving us a safety net for those unexpected moments. We've got you covered. In the past year, unfortunately, we faced an increase in burglaries, which prompted us to take immediate action, recognizing the importance of public safety. We responded by adding automatic license plate readers, increasing the number of hours the sheriff's office supports us, and increasing private security, PAL America presence. Thanks to these efforts, we've been able to strengthen our community safety net and make significant strides in reducing crime. While we acknowledge the challenges we faced, I'm proud of our town's proactive response and our continued commitment to keeping our residents safe. As we move forward, we will remain vigilant and continue to invest in measures that ensure the safety and security of everyone in our community. We will build a safer and stronger town for generations to come. This last year, our climate change action plan was more action and less plan. We kicked off things with a bang by launching our heat pump rebate program, which was hotter than a summer sidewalk in July. We also turned on a new electrification assessment program, talking about sparking some interest. Oh, and we adopted an energy reach code that was so innovative that Silicon Valley Clean Energy even took notice. Yes, you can see they took notice. Yep, cutting greenhouse emissions from new construction and remodels faster than you can say gas leaf blower. Oh yes, we cut those too. We recently made significant advances in our battery backup system for Town Hall and have plans to electrify both the town chambers and Town Hall. In addition, we have made significant strides in implementing our housing element. Not only were we one of the very first in the county to get our housing element certified, but we continue to make strides on programs including formation of our very first multi-family zoning districts and other creative housing production efforts. Foothill College, which I believe is here today, has been a great partner in exploring plans for the creation of multi-family housing. Through innovative policies and strategic partnerships, we are making progress towards ensuring the town is helping ensure more people have access to safe and stable housing. Furthermore, I am proud to share that we have taken concrete steps to to improve our building permit process, making it more efficient and user-friendly. By streamlining these processes, we are making it easier for residents to navigate the permitting process and invest in our community's future. Although we solve big city problems, we are still a small town at heart. Transparency and communications are at the heart of what we do. We've invested well over $500,000 in upgrading our council chambers and every meeting room to enhance our audiovisual system to accommodate hybrid meetings. But we're not stopping here. We also have plans to implement a government access TV channel. If you want to stay informed, we have you covered there as well. The city manager sends out a weekly e-newsletter like clockwork, mails out a quarterly printed newsletter on town business, and on a lighter side, twice a year, the town, in partnership with the History Committee, mails out a fun-loving publication called Our Town that celebrates the softer side of Los Altos Hills. We start the year by setting our annual goals. We check in halfway through the year, and we have a dozen active committees and commissions that help the council meet its goals and seed ideas and priorities for the council to consider along the way. Meanwhile, the town has also recently implemented Next Request, an advanced record software to modernize and optimize public information requests. Let's talk about something that's really exciting. Budget. Let's talk budget. We're shaking things up by transitioning to a 2-year operating budget. Why not? Or why? Well, it's like upgrading from a flip phone, which I had before, to the latest smartphone, which I have now. It gives us a longer-term financial outlook and boosts our operational efficiency. Plus, it's a trend many savvy towns like ours are hopping on board with. Our hard-working staff are busy bees, buzzing away to craft departmental operating budgets for the next 2 fiscal years. And guess what? Our property tax revenue and investment earnings are doing well, knock on wood, at approximately an increase of 4% per year. While expenses continue, unfortunately, to outpace revenues, we are always looking for creative ways to react to the next budgetary curveball. Now let's talk about the numbers. We're not just good, we are positively flourishing with a healthy fund balance of $16.8 million at the start of the fiscal year, and revenues dancing above expectations at $17.6 million. We're feeling pretty okay. Our operating expenses, they're right on target, coming in at just under $16.3 million. Crunching those numbers, it looks like we're set to end the year with a fund balance of $16 million. Considering we have had some unexpected expenses to enhance public safety, we still ended the year in good shape. In conclusion, my friends, our town is not just a community, it's a shining example of prudence and forward thinking, fiscal prudence. Let's continue to build a bright and prosperous future for all who call this wonderful place home. So, next slide, please. We have some wonderful events aimed at creating a sense of community in town. Spring brought the Little League opening day, Hopping Hounds dog treat hunt in Burn Preserve, 144 dogs, all non-barking, some with like pretty nice ears. Upcoming events are the Pathway Run on Saturday, May 11th. Our biggest event of the year, the 25th Annual Town Picnic, is on Saturday, June 2nd. Last year, it attracted 1,800 residents a huge number for a town of 8,400 residents. We have a homey small town 4th of July parade, and that will be on Thursday, July 4th this year. In September, we have the Hold Down, highlighting our historic West Wind Barn. And lastly, in December, we will again be at West Wind Barn to light up for the holidays. This is our way of saying Christmas tree lighting. So, thank you for joining us as we celebrate our town's past achievements and set the course for an even brighter future. Let us continue to build a town we can all be proud of. With gratitude, thank you.
Great. Thank you. Good. Thank you, Mayor Mock. With that, I would like to introduce Mayor of Los Altos, Jonathan Weinberg. Jonathan was elected to Los Altos City Council in 2020 and is serving as the city's mayor in 2024. Community involvement has always been an important value for Jonathan. In 2015, he was appointed to the city's Park and Recreation Commission, where he served until his election to the council. Jonathan and his wife, Edie, moved to Los Altos in 2009. Their son, Noah, is a sophomore at Los Altos High School, and their daughter, Emma, is an 8th grader at Gideon Hauser Jewish Day School in Palo Alto. A Bay Area native, Jonathan was born and raised in Oakland. He attended college in Southern California and received his law degree from Hastings College of Law in 2001. Jonathan has practiced law for more than 20 years and is now a partner with the law firm of Finkelstein and Fuji in San Mateo. Jonathan's practice focuses on real estate law and trust and probate law. An avid Oakland A's fan, Jonathan enjoys going to as many baseball games as he can. He also enjoys traveling with his family, listening to music, and has recently started to explore the world of bourbon and other American whiskeys. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Jonathan Weinberg to the podium.
Thank you. All right. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay. Hello and good afternoon. Wow, this has been one heck of an event so far, hasn't it? Stan, thank you very much for letting us know what's going on in the hills. Ms. Murray, that was very moving remarks that you gave. Thank you for that. And Controller Cohen, in the spirit of your remarks, it was absolutely electrifying. Thank you for sharing that. Before I begin, I want to say thank you very much to the Chamber of Commerce, its president and my friend, Kim Mosley, and its board of directors for arranging today's gathering and for doing an excellent job in serving our cities. I also want to extend a special thank you to Congresswoman Eshoo for her leadership and advocacy during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. She helped Los Altos and Los Altos Hills secure the financial assistance that we needed from the federal government to maintain the high level of services that our residents have come to expect and which they deserve. So I understand that Congresswoman Eshoo couldn't be here today. Nicholas, please do convey my personal gratitude to her for all her help. Okay, so Controller Cohen told us about how money is being collected, how it's coming into the state, and what the state is doing with it, and what are some of the opportunities for improvement. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we in the city of Los Altos are using the investment that taxpayers are making in the city. Los Altos is a city undergoing exciting changes and transformations. The challenge before us as a city, as a community, is how to plan for the future without sacrificing the needs of the present. I hope that when I'm done with my remarks, you'll all agree that our community is working together to meet that challenge. Let me start with a simple but thoughtful change that we made just a couple of months ago. The council changed the city's mission statement to better reflect our modern values. Our old mission statement focused on Los Altos being a great place to live and raise a family, and of course it still is. But we've expanded the scope so that our residents, city staff, businesses, visitors, and others understand that our values have expanded. To me, the most important adjective in our new mission statement is inclusivity. No matter who you are, no matter your background, your aspirations, your race, religion, ethnicity, you are welcome in Los Altos, and there is a place for you here. Thank you. In February, I was honored to give a proclamation recognizing the Lunar New Year. And in March, I gave a proclamation in honor of the month of Ramadan. And earlier this month, I gave a proclamation in honor of Arab American Heritage Month. Now, as far as I know, this is the first time Los Altos has honored Ramadan and Arab American Heritage Month with proclamations. In June, for the second year in a row, the city will raise both the Progress Pride flag and the Juneteenth flag. The city also hosted events, including a celebration of the Chinese New Year, and for the first time, an iftar, in which I was honored to speak. Later this year, the city will host other celebrations, including a holiday tree lighting and a menorah lighting. We are united as a community, but we are also diverse. I believe that we draw strength from our diversity. By strengthening our cultural celebrations and inviting others to join us, we build understanding, respect, and trust. These three, understanding, respect, and trust, those are the foundation for the changes that we've already seen take place in Los Altos and the transformations that are yet to come. In January of last year, the City Council adopted an update to our housing element for the 6th RHNA cycle. And I am proud to say that we have wasted no time in fulfilling our promises to the community. Even though 90% of Los Altos is zoned R1, we decided as a community not to upzone our single-family residence districts. That means that we expect to grow along El Camino, along Foothill, and in our downtown triangle. The council envisions housing in accordance with the values expressed in our new mission statement. We want housing that is sustainable, vibrant, and inclusive. One of the most exciting projects is a 100% affordable complex on Distel Circle, which is right off of El Camino. Not only will this development house upwards of 90 families at below market rates, but it will be a showcase of modern construction techniques, including the use of mass timber. And I want to thank Supervisor Joe Simitian for his stewardship and advocacy of this project. It simply would not have happened without his help. Joe, are you here today? Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. The city itself is going to create even more below market rate housing. As promised in our housing element, we will transform one of our parking plazas into a multifamily development of all BMR units. More market rate and below market rate housing continues to be developed along First Street and in other parts of the downtown triangle. All in all, in what can be described as nothing less than a Herculean effort by city staff, and with critical contributions by our Planning Commission, the council has rewritten more than half of Los Altos' zoning code to accommodate the development of almost 2,000 new homes. In the past year and a half, the city has implemented 27 of the programs we promised to perform in our new housing element, and another 6 programs are in progress with more forthcoming. In particular, I want to thank and acknowledge Nick Zorns, our Assistant City Manager for Land Use, for his hard work and dedication to guiding us through the process of staying true to the promises we made in our housing element. Nick, thank you very much. Now, as more people move into our community, they need more places to play, to gather, and to enjoy. To accommodate those needs, the city committed to renovating and modernizing our parkland. A new playground is about to be installed at Shout Park, along with playgrounds and playscapes in other parks. After a very frustrating delay, the Grant Park Community Center is poised to get new HVAC and hot water. We're also planning to make improvements to our nature preserve, Redwood Grove. The caretaker's house will be removed and replaced with a public restroom, and the city will install a natural playground, and perhaps we can finalize making a connector trail from the preserve to Los Altos Hills. The City Council is meeting other needs of our growing community. We striped 6 pickleball courts at the Mackenzie Tennis Courts, and a brand new enclosed dog park is coming to the Hillview Community Center. The Los Altos Library Endowment is moving forward with plans that envision an outdoor patio attached to our main library. And to honor the city's agricultural heritage, we have partnered with the History Museum to revitalize our historic apricot orchard. Some of the most exciting and transformative changes the city will experience are coming to the downtown triangle. Let me show you one of the most exciting projects city staff and the council are working on. This is what parking plazas 1 and 2 currently look like. This is what they might look like in a few years. Our city staff is currently working on a feasibility study to see what resources are needed to build a 1 or 2-story underground parking garage with a beautiful park on top. Imagine all of that asphalt could be transformed into trees, open green space, patios, benches and public tables, a playground, and a community gathering space with public restrooms and other amenities downtown has needed for decades. And at the north end of the park might be a new theater where people can gather to enjoy the performing arts. Now, to be sure, there's a long way for us to get from here to there. These are conceptual ideas, and a lot of questions have to be answered. The community has to give its input, and we have to allocate our resources wisely. But the process is in motion, and I am confident that the city will present our community with absolutely terrific options. We're taking other steps to modernize and beautify our downtown. Earlier this year, I had the honor of accepting a $200,000 grant from our state senator, Josh Becker, in support of our downtown green projects. With this generous contribution, the city will be able to move forward on key downtown sustainability initiatives, such as lighting improvements and electric bicycle parking. These lighting improvements will allow the streetlights in our downtown to use less electricity from the grid, and the electric bicycle parking improvements will encourage residents, employees, and visitors to ride their bikes whenever possible to downtown. So, Senator Becker, I know that you're here. You still here? Yeah. Oh, you had to slip out. Well, there he is in the back. Josh, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Both of those projects are going to move Los Altos forward in achieving our community's sustainability goals. Our changing community requires that we reevaluate the way we protect one another and to think critically and both adapt to the needs of the present and prepare now for Los Altos' future needs. In 2022, the council adopted a Complete Streets Master Plan, and the heart of that plan is safe routes to school for our children and their caretakers. Now, that doesn't just mean that we're providing a set of maps. Safe routes to school means that the council adopted a policy of providing the resources necessary to protect our children. From having enough crossing guards on duty to properly striping our streets, the city has put its money where its mouth is. Another critical part of the Complete Streets Master Plan is to make Los Altos safer for cyclists. Within the next year, El Camino Real will be repaved and restriped. And for the first time in the city's history, we will provide protected Class 4 bike lanes along El Camino Real. Last year, the city was awarded a One Bay Area grant of $7.3 million to restripe San Antonio and include protected Class 4 bike lanes there. And while the project is still only in the conceptual stage, the VTA plans to improve Foothill Expressway in the coming years. That will be another opportunity to calm traffic and provide safe bike lanes along the expressway. Next week, the council will hear a presentation from the VTA on its project to redesign the Homestead Corridor. Reimagining and improving this corridor is critical to provide safe routes to school for our residents who attend Homestead High School and Cupertino Middle School. The Homestead Corridor, including the very scary intersection of Foothill, Homestead, Grant, and Vineyard, is one of the city's most dangerous intersections for children going to and from school. Guided by our Complete Streets Master Plan, the city, in conjunction with the county, has an opportunity to prove our commitment to our children's safety. We're also investing in our police department. Last year, after a careful and thoughtful series of meetings, the council approved the use of automatic license plate readers. We also purchased brand new police cruisers, and this year, we approved the department's request to acquire and use drones. Later this year, we will open a police substation at the Loyola Corners neighborhood. And I am pleased to report to the community that we are now fully staffed with sworn officers. And earlier this year, the city hired its second police captain, Joe Ledoux. Captain Ledoux and Captain Katie Krause will lead the department until we bring aboard a new chief, which should happen within the next several weeks. Our police department has made a commitment to work with the community and to keep us safe. But now it's time for the city to make a commitment to the police department. In its current condition, our police station does not meet the needs of the community. The station is prone to flooding, it lacks adequate air conditioning and heating, and lacks other necessities that our police need to perform their duties professionally and efficiently. Both of our firehouses also need extensive repairs or replacement of their roofs and other parts of their structures. We cannot expect our first responders to serve us properly if we do not provide them with the facilities and the equipment that they need to do their job. Make no mistake, the single most important thing this council can do to protect our community is to both find and fund a viable solution to fix our public safety infrastructure. The new Hillview Community Center, which was finished about 3 years ago and within budget, proved that this council and this city staff, when working together with our community, can accomplish great things. In the past few years, we have positioned ourselves for more success. We have extricated ourselves from the burden of costly litigation against wireless carriers and developers, putting to rest disputes that were costing us millions of dollars, and delaying the installation of amenities long demanded by our residents, our businesses, and property owners. We've tackled some very difficult issues like the removal of shade trees along the Hetch Hetchy Trail. And we have controversial issues in front of us like the future of Halsey House. And we've made some mistakes along the way. And that's okay, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes in the future and then do our best to correct problems. But I want to say that I am very proud to be a member of this particular city council and to work with our outstanding city staff. We are professionals. We are committed to working together with all of our community. We debate passionately, but also with thoughtfulness and care. We don't always agree, but we respect the commitment each of us has to work diligently and collaboratively to move the city forward so that we can plan for the future without sacrificing the needs for the present. In closing, I would very much like to thank my colleagues on the City Council, Vice Mayor Pete Daly, Councilmember Sally Meadows, Councilmember Nisa Flygor, and Councilmember Lynette Liang. It is a pleasure serving with you. I would also like to thank our city staff who work tirelessly to implement the policies and directions from our council. And I would especially like to thank Mr. Anthony Carnasica, the assistant to the city manager, and Ms. Sonia Lee, the city's public information officer. Anthony and Sonia worked very closely with me on this speech, and they're responsible for the graphics that you see on the screen. Our city manager, Gabe England, has assembled a terrific team, and I'm grateful for the positive relationship that he has built with the council. Again, I want to thank Kim Mosley and the Chamber for doing all the hard work in arranging today. And I also want to extend a very heartfelt thank you to the Fremont Hills Country Club, its membership, its officers and directors, and absolutely to its staff who have done such a good job in serving us today. Thank you for hosting this wonderful event.
Thank you, Mayor Weinberg. So in accordance with the Brown Act guidance from the Attorney General's office, we'll now open the floor to public comment. Is there anyone that requested the opportunity to speak by signing in on the clipboard? There is no public comment. Let's proceed.
So I can't make a public comment?
I didn't.
Yeah, that's right, I didn't sign the clipboard, I'm sorry. So I have yet another privilege today to introduce someone that really needs no introduction, who I know is very, very close and familiar to everyone here, but regardless, our closing speaker, Supervisor Joe Simitian of the 5th District of Santa Clara County. His district includes Palo Alto, Mountain View, Cupertino, Stanford, Los Altos Hills, Los Gatos, Montecito, and Saratoga, along with portions of San Jose. He was elected to the Board of Supervisors in 2012 and was re-elected in 2016 and 2020. Joe's public service over the years includes stints as a member of the California State Senate, the California State Assembly, Mayor of Palo Alto, President of the Palo Alto School Board, and an earlier term on the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors. He brings to his work a wide-ranging perspective and background, service at all levels of state and local government, hands-on experience in the private sector, as well as professional education and training, particularly applicable to his work in public service. As I'm sure you're all aware, Joe is a candidate in the midst of a recount for his 16th congressional district seat, currently held by Congresswoman Anna Eshoo. Please join me in welcoming fellow Armenian, the privileged, Joe Simitian.
Thank you. All right, how many of you thought the best part of this is it says closing remarks? Joseph, all right. Thank you, that's very kind of you. True story, so I hop off the elevator, I took the lazy man's way up, and bumped into an old friend. And, you know, she saw the splash of color and said, "I really like your tie." And I said, "I've got mixed feelings about it myself." Some of you know what that means, some of you don't. If you don't, ask a friend at the table, all right? Here's what I want to say today. This is, and I want to be very careful about my choice of words, the last time I will have an opportunity to speak to this assembled group at the State of the Cities as your county supervisor. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I should tell you that I gave a little thought to what State of the Cities is really about. And yes, it's an opportunity for the mayors to report out to you. Yes, it's an opportunity for the mayors to set an agenda for the coming year or years. But in my view, it is really an opportunity, and it's why I have enjoyed this event so much over the years. It's an opportunity to celebrate just what these two communities are about. Sometimes there's a little scratchiness at City Hall, Town Hall. And I thought about why that is. And it's because the people in these two communities care so deeply and are so fully engaged in the future of their communities. And that really is something I think that it's worth taking a little time to celebrate. So I'm here to help celebrate, I'm here to congratulate, but mostly I'm here to ask you all to perpetuate. Notice how I found my inner Jesse Jackson there. I'm here to ask you to perpetuate the caring and the engagement that have always been the hallmark of these two communities. That's what a state of the cities really ought to be about, in my view, celebrating that caring, that engagement, and committing to make sure that year after year, for all the years to come, we see that same level of engagement and caring by the community. Thank you so much, Kachik. Only the chamber could finesse it this way. It says closing speaker, and now final remarks by Kachik. Back to you, Kachik. Thank you all so much for including me today.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you, everyone, this afternoon for joining us in what I think was a wonderful, wonderful day to celebrate Los Altos Hills. Again, just a quick couple reminders. We do have magazines as you depart at the exits. Please make sure you pick up a copy if you have not already done so. Please double check the QR code on the little placards on your tables. There's some great information there if you'd like to donate to the chamber, if you'd like to join the chamber, which of course, we encourage you, if you're not members already, please. Your membership is always welcome. Join our bigger business community for Los Altos Hills with the Los Altos Chamber of Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the rest of the afternoon. We will look forward to seeing you at our golf tournament in August. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.